I will first talk to you. If you're in the lab, please just mute the speakers on your keyboard. There's a just mute speaker key. All right, just so we don't get feedback. All right. Okay, guys, so the first thing I want to do is just welcome all of you to third year. As you've probably noticed, you've all hit the ground running. There's a lot that you've already got to do. Okay, so there's a lot going on this year. So the first thing we're going to do is focus on getting your software installed. So it's either going to be Revit or ArchiCAD. Now this year, it's going to be a bit different because in second year, I'm actually starting to teach you guys GIS and they're going to use Revit. AutoCAD is kind of getting phased out because practices now, very few people will use AutoCAD. It's more engineering based, and there will usually be somebody in the office that will use AutoCAD. But I've given you guys a bit of an advantage because you'll see in today's workshop, when you're going to go and set up your site, when you get AutoCAD files from surveyors, they're a mess. No one can fix them, and you can't use them properly in Revit if they are a mess. So you guys might still be very useful. Okay, but in fairness, the engineers should be doing their job better and giving you information cleaner. Okay, this is very typical. So we're going to focus on Revit and ArchiCAD. However, I'm also building in some bonus content, and this is, I want to encourage you guys to use these tools as teams. All right, so you'll see this K-Town site that we're working on. I've put together a QGIS video for you to go and build this whole lot of context. So I've given you access to an open source database of historical aerial photographs dating back to 1926. And what's great in QGIS, you can layer these things up on top of each other and you can do a full analysis, and it's the whole of Cape Town. So you do get, there's a lot of rich data out there, but you need to have a basic understanding of GIS. Okay, otherwise you can't use the data. So I'm going to be giving this information to you. It's a bonus. It's a bit of a bonus content that you'll just need to go and, as a group, try and make these tools work. All right. So I'm just going to switch my screen now to just to show you the course as an overall and just talk through what we're doing today. This video should be live in the course, but there's an issue at the moment that it doesn't want to stream live in the course. So I'll fix that. But I don't want to record stuff on this Collaborate tool because it records it at such a low resolution that you can't follow the video. Okay, so I'm changing it so that what I'm doing my screen, you guys can follow along. Okay, because I will be doing some live workshops in the lab just because of how complex this building is going to be this year and how much you've got to do. And I'm going to walk you through what you need to do this year as well. Okay, so let me just take that live. All right, so close that. I'm just going to change this up a bit. Transition.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so
you should all be seeing. You can just follow along on the screen here as well.
So
OKU 300.
So the first thing
I want you guys to really
try and
understand and try and adopt. Try and treat every Friday like you're working in an office, 8 to 5.
What I'm
teaching is reinforcing construction, which you're going to be doing for the rest of the day. Literally.
The software
and the tricks I'm teaching you now, you're going to be doing this afternoon again, because you have to start building this information. You're going to have to speak to the assistants for Khan. You must ask them for advice. How do I do this? How do I do this? What am I doing here? Okay, so it's an extension of what I'm doing. I'm just teaching you what you do in the software. They're going to help you integrate it and use this information. Okay. Everyone that's helping you, they are working in architectural companies and they're all using the software. So you can ask them for help as well. Okay. So that's what's great about today. So if
going forward,
commit to doing a Friday 8 to 5. Okay.
Then it saves
you a lot of time later on. You'll see when it'll get the middle of the year gets quite jammed with information and stuff, deliverables that you've got to do, but we're doing it for a reason, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. Okay.
So in
essence, how it's going to work, I've given you a timeline of themes that you need to cover and stuff that you need to kind of understand how you do it in the software.
In addition to
following these weeks in this timeline,
you have to do
a LinkedIn course, either Revit or ArchiCAD.
And you'll need to
dedicate
an
hour every, make it Fridays as well. I'll explain why. Spend an hour trying to complete that course. I've extended it quite a lot to the end of quarter 3. So in the past it was end of quarter 2.
But I think you
just need more time. The reason why I'm doing this, if any of you have done a course in the past, like a Revit course, AutoCAD, it doesn't matter, on LinkedIn, you'll go through the course, but when you start using the software, you've forgotten half of it. Okay, this is like riding a bicycle. So what I'm suggesting is, while you're putting your site together, do the first 2 hours or like an hour of that Revit course today. So you learn the interface while you're having to put your site together. You have to keep trying to use the software while you're learning, because it will reinforce what you've learned. If you just go and do that course and play around a bit, switch the software, 2 weeks later you come and try and do it again, you won't. Okay, unless you on the spectrum or gifted with like a photographic memory. Okay, but this is about riding a bicycle. It's like trying to play the piano. It's baby steps in the beginning. You're going to have to take a lot of time, especially when you learn AutoCAD. It's the same deal. Where's the command? Why am I doing this? You have to do that a few times to really understand what's going on. Okay. So adopt this timeline and try and stick to it for this year. So plan your year now. Say, this week I'm going to do this, this week I'm going to do that, this week I'm going to do that, and stick to this. If you try and cram all of this right through quarter 3, try and do this course, it's 16 hours long, this course. 16 hours, you're not going to get it done in 16 hours. It's going to take you a week. Okay, and I don't think you're going to have a week's time to do it in quarter 3, trust me.
Okay, a
lot of the information that we'll be discussing in workshops we'll be doing will be done on the Teams page. Your models that you'll be working with now are going to be very large. On average, each one of your models near the end of the year are going to be 120 gigs. I mean 120 megabytes, sorry. Sometimes they get up to a gig, depending where you've pulled in families. Okay, there's a lot of overseas platforms where you can pull in families, BIM objects, but that will really fill your models with rubbish. Okay, so I want to explain how you keep your models clean as well. Okay, working in BIM, guys, you need to keep these file sizes down. If you're pulling in rubbish from someone else, you're inheriting all their problems. Revit's it's driven by templates. Okay, so if that template gets polluted, well, it's not nice to work in. Okay. Alright, so you need to join the team. Then how structured the course each week? So semester 1 and 2 each week, and this ties in with the timeline. Each week I'm going to be covering a topic, and I'm building a whole lot of content for that. Okay, you'll see, and this is what I want to do going forward. So you'll see that today's lecture, it will actually be a live streamed YouTube video that you can follow. So you don't actually have to log into Collaborate anymore. You can simply log into this YouTube, watch this YouTube thing while I'm doing it. The reason why I'm doing this is, if you're trying to follow me, sometimes you get lost. The YouTube video, you can go back and try it again, go back. You can go right back to the beginning and try again. Okay, these other videos, it takes me like a week to process them, upload them. Inefficient. Okay, so going forward, every lecture will start with a live YouTube if it's required. If it's something that I've set up as a workshop, you just carry on. I'll let you know it's a workshop, you guys jump in and do it. Okay. So I'm just giving you an overview of what BIM is. Okay, BIM is not Revit, it's not ArchiCAD. BIM is the whole collection of these tools that we use together. Okay, it's the terminology where we all work in these cloud platforms. This Revit is merely a tool to facilitate BIM. Okay. Building information modeling, basically the transition is, a lot of you worked in AutoCAD, it's actually a static and dead drawing. As you're drawing, it's got no data attached, it's literally there. Once you've done it, you've got a printed, give to somebody, whereas now, as you're modeling, everyone can jump into the model and see it live. And when you're using walls, floors, the wall has a series of parameters attached to it now, so you can do an instant takeoff of materials, quantities. Okay, you can schedule all the walls you've used. So as you start modeling now, this is the shift, everything is live and it's building a massive database in the background. Okay, but this of course comes with a lot of complexity, sadly. Okay.
So a lot of
the work you're going to be doing, all your files are going to be located on this VSC. I want you to join this team as well, and I'll show you in a minute.
You guys need to
join this team, and you need to, I've allocated you each a folder. You need to access that folder, and that's where you work.
In order to
simulate BIM,
I'm
going to have access to your files the whole time. So if you are stuck, I don't have to ask you, oh, yeah, download 150 megabytes, email it to me, then I'll quickly download it. I'll quickly log in live, open your model while you're working, and I'll fix stuff. Okay. So in order to make this work, I need you guys to put information. You all need to work from this location. Okay, even yourselves, and I will work from there as well. If I need to do an audit, I'll go and check your drawings there. Okay.
So today
we're going to try and get this running because it's complicated. Okay.
But once it's set up,
happy days.
All right. So
you'll see I've given you 2 links. Try and access it now. The first one is to join the team.
The second one is
to try and join the folder where your folders are located. Okay.
So we'll do that
in a second. Now, this is very important.
For PJS,
it was PJS. I think you had to set up your LinkedIn accounts.
Guys, please.
This is very important. You need to use the up.ac.za account to access LinkedIn Learn.
If you use the
Tux account,
you're not going to get a certificate.
You're going to have to pay for these courses.
Now, if you set
it up as a Tux account, we're going to have to get it deleted, and you're going to have to get your UP1 set up. Okay. Sadly,
I don't know
why the university has done this. I'll try to explain. LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft.
The
university works with 3 domains. A domain meaning up.ac.za.
So
Microsoft has one domain that we're all on, which is the up.ac.za. But Google
have set up
2 domains, one for students and one for staff. The staff domain is up.ac.za to make it even more complicated. And then all of you as students are in the tux.co.za domain. Those 2 domains on Google don't talk to each other. I have to keep giving you rights to access my domain. And it's a mess because I have to ask them permission for me to do it.
Whereas
Microsoft, we're all in one domain.
But
that means your LinkedIn Learning is linked to your Microsoft domain. Okay, so if you've used the Tux one, it's not the same account. It's not linked to you. Okay.
So it's a bit of a mess.
I hope that they give you guys better guides in the future.
All right, then
I've given you a link to the 2 courses what I want you to enroll with. So it's the Revit 2025 Essential Training for Architecture. It's a 16-hour course. So you're either going to do that course or you're going to do ArchiCAD.
It's the
latest version is 28, but ArchiCAD hasn't changed significantly. Revit has. All the videos I've done in the past, I might as well chuck them away. Revit's changed completely.
Okay, so I
have to start rebuilding a lot of content. The interface looks different. The way you do certain things is very different. Okay.
All right, so we'll scrap that. Here's today's workshop. So what we're going to be doing today is you're going to set up a basic site in Revit to get the ball rolling. How you use GIS information and how you use surveyor's drawings in Revit and how they should look in your project. Okay. So you're going to
follow that today. So today, that's your exercise in our class. You need to try and set this up. You're going to be doing this in construction as well. So you've got all day to set this up, and you have to upload this project file to that Teams page where your folder is located. If you can't find that folder, you need to come set me, and I'll help you set it up. Okay. It's complicated, but we'll get there.
So all that we're doing is
we're getting your file set up. We're getting you started on the right foot.
All right.
Then here's the bonus material.
So there's a
new tool called Forma. A lot of you know Format.
Format's
getting discontinued, and it's getting built into this platform called Forma. Now Forma is a massive, you can build the whole university in a couple of clicks, and you can then, on a high level, do some interrogation of the site. It does wind analysis, solar potential, daylight potential, carbon emission, it does everything. Okay, you can use AI to, you designate an area and you say, I want to develop this with these users, and it'll do a quick arrangement for you based on the parameters that you've set up. But you need to understand the parameters in order to use it correctly. So this is a great tool, but I want you guys, this is complex to learn as well because you need GIS. But if you use this as a team or a group to build information before you start your project, happy days. Okay, because what's nice is you can all work in this one environment together. It's great. Formats also had it, but this is getting a lot better. Formats is still going to run until the middle of the year, and they're slowly phasing it out and building all of those tools into Format. Okay, Form is a hub that you access. It's purely through a browser. It doesn't work on your machine. It's literally, you can use it anywhere. And I'll quickly demo that while I'm at it now. Okay. Now for the second years, I'm building a QGIS 101 basics, how you get open source data, how you set up maps, how you build maps accurately. Because in the past you guys learned you have to go to AutoCAD, scale. Now you don't have to scale anything. You tell QGIS, I want this map, print it on A1, here's a scale bar, print, bang. Okay, so it's way quicker, and you're getting accurate information. What's great is this information plugs into these, into Forma and Revit and ArchiCAD. You can extract roads from OpenStreetMap. You can extract buildings from OpenStreetMap if you know what you're doing. It's 3 clicks and you've got it in Revit. Done. Okay. In the past, we would have had to scan an image, trace. Okay, it's hard. So this is about saving you guys time. All right. So this first link, I'm building a playlist of videos that you can follow, but again, do this as a team. Rather get into a group and help each other develop this stuff. On your own, it's too much time. You're going to commit to learning software. Not all of you need to learn the software. You just need to understand that it exists and that there's people that put this information together. So I would recommend you guys do this in a group. It's going to be way easier. Or then bug the second years because they're busy learning it now. Okay, so go and bug them for some info. But you can make contours, you can extract contours straight into Revit, build topography, anywhere in the world. So it's becoming very accessible, but you need to understand a bit of GIS. All right. Okay, guys. So in a nutshell, that's today's kickoff lecture. I'm going to help you guys get onto these teams and make sure you all access the right information. If there's issues, I'm going to be around this afternoon again to help you all access the constructions, the third year team page where all your shared folders are going to be. What's nice about that shared team as well, I'll quickly jump into Teams and show you that. So let me just show you what's going on there. Okay, let me just jump into Teams and explain what's going on in Teams. Okay, because the large data sets we're using, we just can't do this through ClickUp. Okay, so on my team, so I've started a whole fresh new support studio group for you. The first tab, okay, files. Let's start with files. So for today, you'll see that I've given you some examples. So let me start. I think this is quite interesting. Go and look at these examples. I just want to show you Hannah Ubay's work. This is what you have to produce this year. I'm giving this to you now. Go and look at what you need to do. So this first quarter, you have to do a site plan. You have to do all these analysis, structural strategy plans. You're going to have to do a site establishment plan. Then you have to do a finished site plan with the intervention. You're going to do an intervention into the square. This has to be incorporated. So you have to incorporate that into your site plan and do a site development. I think it's a planting or a site execution plan. Then you're going to have to break down your floors, a certain amount of floors. You're going to have to document those sections. Elevations. Okay, now we go to detail plans, so finishing plans, finishes, electrical. Okay, services. So you're going to have to show all the services. Furniture. Guys, it's a lot, eh? Then it's a ceiling plan. Okay, there's electrical. You combine them sometimes together depending how you want to reflect that. It still goes. Don't worry, it's still a lot more. Then you're going to do detail layouts of ablutions. Okay, so it's detail plan sections. Then you have to do perimeter sections.
Okay.
So it'll be a parapet.
So it'll be a parapet. It'll be some in the middle of the building somewhere
with a balcony.
With a balcony. So how are you going to treat that? And then like a threshold detail, how you enter the building. Okay.
So this is what
you need to do for the whole year. What is great is it's for one building and you've got the whole year to produce a set of drawings.
In the beginning,
it's going to be tough because you're learning the software. There's a lot you need to do, and we know in the beginning the drawings don't look great. There's a lot of, but you just got to understand. Each day just needs to be better than the next. The previous days. Each day be better than the last. This is about a steady increase in proficiency and skills.
This will typically be done by end of
Q3. Then you've got that whole last quarter to refine everything to get it to this quality. Okay. I guarantee your first sets of drawings are not going to look great.
I can show you
some examples. Okay, it's chaos. You're learning the software, it's complex, stuff's missing, the night before, this disappears. Revit's like that, I'm afraid.
There's a lot of things
going on. So you'll lose a whole floor plan that's gone. Why has that disappeared? You forgot that in 3D, you deleted it, but now the view's gone. Okay.
So
here I've given you a lot of examples that you can follow.
Prep yourselves.
That's why I've given you that timeline. If you can try and at least hit some milestones, you're not stuck in the middle of the year with this monster to take.
Okay. How do you eat
elephant? A bite at a time.
Okay. This is a lot of work. I'm not going to
sugarcoat it. It's going to be tough. Okay.
Now. You'll see that
the project data, this is linking to that third year group in any case. Here's the K-Town data, and you'll see that I've given you, there's so much data here.
Okay.
The video for Forma, all the data that I used to build my Forma models all here. So you can copy me and try and build your Forma model as well.
Okay, to do
site analysis, solar analysis.
Guys,
I would use these tools. It tells you so much about how the light works, how the sun works, the potential of your site. It even works out, if you put a road in, it works out the speed of the road and gives you a sound impact. It does a study of sound.
Because of
roads. Okay.
So it's where
everything is heading. So I would start learning these tools now, and just there's no right or wrong now, guys. It's just about experimenting and just understanding what you have at your disposal. Okay.
Then the BIM
library. So the BIM library is where you're going to go and get your template file for Revit. You're going to go and get your families in Revit. So this is again a very large library. So you can see in Revit. I'll show you now. If you go to families. This is what you need to use Revit. Unlike AutoCAD, you can just draw. If you don't have this, you can't use Revit. You need massive libraries of data to use Revit. Okay.
So
you guys need to use this, and I'm going to be improving it this year. I've got people on board where we're going to fix this up because a lot of this is very out of date. It needs to be rebuilt.
Just this
library alone is worth R500,000.
Okay,
that's how much time it takes to put these things together and how much they invest in building this. Okay. This is a lot of time here.
Lots of
hours and hours and hours. Okay.
All right, so you've got
examples. I've given you guys Revit examples.
It's a shopping
center. Cato Civils is a series of buildings on a site and how you put lots of buildings together on a site, so you can go and explore those. But you can download all of these models and play around with them, cut them up, break them, take all the information out, see how they were built. Okay.
Okay, then
I've given you guys material libraries, shared parameters. We write parameters now. You have to learn a bit of coding. If you're more of a BIM manager, there's a lot of that that's involved.
I've given you
shortcuts, but this is the most crucial thing. If you start the project incorrectly,
you're going to have to
start again. So please, here's the latest template, but I've made a template file for all the previous versions of Revit as well.
So you need to start
Revit with this template.
If you don't,
it's a nightmare.
Okay.
Trust me, nothing will look the same as ours.
Okay, Revit is
it's literally driven by templates and families.
Okay. Very different to AutoCAD.
AutoCAD is great because what you see is what you can draw, what you imagine you can draw, and you can deliver. This doesn't work this way. Okay. Revit is purely maths based and database.
Okay.
So it's yeah.
Cool. But I've given you
this Twinmotion, guys. What's nice about Revit and Twinmotion, they talk together. So you're building a 3D model, you can take Twinmotion and then walk around it
using
VR goggles, you name it. Okay, so that integration now is also
quite cool. All right, then
I've given you. I'm building a series of Revit tutorials. This is quite old, but I'm rebuilding this information. But for the next 2 weeks, getting your site plans. This is how you go, and this is what I mean. You're going to have to do additional work on your own. You're going to have to go and follow these videos. Each video, it's going to take you a week just to go through these videos and try and build your plan. I don't have the time. I can't sit with you and help you that way.
So this year,
you guys are flying a bit more solo than previous. Okay.
But you're going to
use my assistant, and you need to use the construction lecturers as well. A lot of them are working in practice now. They use the software every day. They know how to put these things together. Okay. So this year, it's not only me; it's a whole team of us. Okay.
All right, and you can see
how I built the Topo solids and how you.
I have to rebuild
a lot of the stuff because Revit has changed. I'm slowly rebuilding stuff. Okay. But it takes time. This is also 5 years work. Okay.
All right. So you guys know where
to get the information.
I'll keep
populating this with a series of playlists. Okay.
So just keep your
eyes out there, but I'll always let you know
in the chat
section. Now, with regards to support. This general tab is where me and the class reps will talk.
You guys don't.
This is not for you, actually.
If there's
problems in the class, something's gone south,
this
is where I talk. But in support, if you guys are getting stuck, here you can upload screenshots. I can support you remotely. We can set up a meeting, and I can take control of your mouse and keyboard and help you in the software.
There's no
other way we can do this. Okay.
And then I'll record
these sessions as well.
So every time I help you,
I want to record it and put it in a library so that other people can access that library, because I can't help all of you this year.
Okay.
It's going to be tough. Yeah.
Cool. So here's a lot of
information here as well.
I just want
to show you what's going on in the.
So this is where
all the lecturers work, construction and design. This is where we all work.
So let me explain
this. You have access to all of this as well. So in files, you'll see that a lot of the, if it works, it's just very slow at the moment. I know the internet's been.
I've also
kept the old last year's information in case, but this will be moved away shortly. I just had to get the setup correctly with all the new staff. It's been a bit of a shift in staff as well, so they're just getting used to the system.
So
here's all the module files. So if you want to know all the construction lectures, if you want to know everything about construction, the study guide, assignments, the lecture slides, guess what? Everything's in here. Okay, so you guys have got access to this content all the time.
It's
overwhelming in the beginning, but
just kind of
make a mental note. If you need to look for something, go and look for it there.
Now this is
where we all work.
Okay,
each of you have been given a folder.
And in that
folder, you're going to have to start working in folders. I'm going to give you, there's a workshop you're going to do next week where you're going to copy stuff there. You're going to set up folders correctly. You're going to start moving information into the correct folders.
This folder
is yours alone.
No one else can
access that folder.
Only you and me.
Only you and me.
Or the rest of the construction
team. Okay.
So that's
where you save and it's secure. So no one will take and copy your stuff and try and reuse it.
By the way, Revit. What's great about
Revit and the reason why it works this way, if you've taken someone else's file and worked on, Revit's got a clear log of how much time you've done in that project.
If things
go south on a project, you need to, if they want to sue you, you have to do a complete audit of who did what.
And it's
clearly in time, and you can go through the whole history of that model, who did what and why. Why did they do that?
Okay.
You get sued a lot in construction, by the way.
When things go south.
Okay.
So you've all been
given a folder. If you don't have a folder, please let me know.
But you're going to have to
link this folder to your device
on your computer,
and you're going to have to work in that folder every time. If you lose your work in the middle of the year and you come to the exam, say, I've lost this model, which is taking you months to build.
Guys, I'm sorry.
Guys, I'm sorry.
You write off that time.
You write off that time, you start again.
So that's why
we're making you guys use these folders. Okay.
It's important.
It's important. We've had situations where people have lost their entire model. It got corrupted.
What's great about
OneDrive? It tracks. Every time that model changes, you can go back to a previous version and restore it. If all hell breaks loose. And it does.
You go to BIM
objects, you find this lovely tree, and you're building a site model, you pull this tree in, all of a sudden your model crashes because this tree had nested families that are from all over the place, things like 2 terabytes. Your computer, trust me, it will crash.
Then at least
I can go back and say, look, this restored to the previous version.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, there's a lot at stake now. If you lose these models or the models get corrupted,
it's tough to restore
them. Okay, this way, at least we've got a safeguard. You can go back a bit. All right.
Okay.
I think you all need to try and start accessing this content. So me and Bianca are going to help you guys get onto the platform. Try and assist you. I'm just going to meet with Bianca for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to walk around and start helping you. Okay.
Good luck.
Good luck.